Hi there and welcome to another Papetti Math YouTube video tutorial where I'm going to be teaching you, yes you, Algebra 1. And in this video we're going to continue on with Lesson 2 in Chapter 2, and this video will talk about what function notation is. Until this point you have seen functions such as y equals 4x plus 2 and y equals 3x minus 8. Clearly, they are two different functions, but how can you distinguish between these two functions? Since both functions begin with y equals, we use function notation as a method of differentiating one function from another. The most popular function notation is denoted as, this is read as f of x, not f times x, not fx, because fx has the movies. No, f of x is right here, which is read as f of x. There it is. Hey, look at that. It's like I wrote this book. This is not f times x. Oh, there it is again. Although f of x is most commonly used, any letter could be used. For example, you could have, okay, so if this is read as f of x, how would you read this one? Yes, g of x. What about this one? H of x. This one? P of t. And this one? C of n. Good. So, etc. Anything like that, you're going to read it as g of x, h of x, p of t, and c of n. Instead of writing the two functions, y equals 4x plus 2 and y equals 3x minus 8, you could now write them as f of x equals 4x plus 2 and g of x is equal to 3x minus 8. So essentially, y is the same thing as f of x. And you will begin writing and seeing them used interchangeably. So you should be able to write them interchangeably and you'll see them interchangeably. Meaning sometimes you'll see y equals, sometimes you'll see f of x equals, or another kind of function notation. In exercise number 1, it says given the function evaluate the following. So if we are evaluating, this is read as f of 2. So we have the function f of x is equal to 3x minus 6. The difference here is that instead of f of x, it says f of 2. The x was replaced with a 2. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this problem. We're going to replace the x with a 2. Everywhere we see an x, we're going to replace it with a 2. And then we're going to simplify. So f of 2 is going to be 3 times 2 is 6, minus 6 is 0. So f of 2 is going to be equal to 0. Now we have f of negative 7. So again, wherever we see an x, we're going to fill it in. We're going to substitute in a negative 7. So in this case, we're going to have 3 times negative 7 minus 6. So if we were to simplify that, 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. Minus 6 is negative 27. So f of negative 7 is equal to negative 27. And finally, f of 16. So again, wherever we see an x, we're going to substitute in a 16 because that's what's being replaced. Instead of f of x, instead of the x, there's a 16. So we're going to have 3 times 16 minus 6. And that will simplify to 3 times 16 is 48, minus 6 is 42. So f of 16 is equal to 42. So in this video, we looked at the introduction to what function notation is and how to evaluate a function using this new notation. If this video was helpful and explained how to evaluate a function in function notation, give it a thumbs up to let me know that I helped you out. Now you're ready for exercise number 2, and you can click on the link in this video.